Morning, guys. Kevin here. Um, we're at a job site this morning. I'm at a job site this morning, here to evaluate some repair work that was in need of. One of the things is um, some cobble work that was just, not done to the greatest standards. Um, so what we got to do is this cobble edge here was not set in mortar, and they were using it because they were getting some washout of this mulch bed here onto the walkway, and this walkway pitches toward that gate. So all the water, they use this kind of as a French drain, and the water is was pitching that way. So before they put the cobble here, they were having some runoff. But the problem is, the cobbles weren't laid in mortar, and also they're not deep enough. They really should have used the jumbo style cobblestones, what we call, or some people call a Belgian block. And they should have been, kind of soldiered too thin. These are just 5 inch by 5 inch by 9 inches, so they're just sitting on the ground right now. So just not the right product. These here along the edge here need to be relayed. They're a little just kind of jagged looking. They're not really tight up against the walkway. We did not install any of this. We're here to repair some of this. Just a little note: when you're laying patterned bluestone, this here is improper. You never have an intersection with when you're laying patterned bluestone stock like this, or any type of you know product like this. It's not correct process to have these intersections. The only time you have intersections if you're doing tile work and you're making that. But this is just a poorly installed bluestone walkway by somebody that was inexperienced. So the curve and everything is nice, but just not laid that well, and I don't know why they just that cobble edge there doesn't even kind of go. It would just look nice if it wasn't even there. So all right, and let's move on. The other issue here at this site, I guess, is some areas of the bluestone that washed out and created it sunk. So we have to see what can be done about that. One of them being this medallion needs to be reset. It's just got, as you can hopefully see, it's just got a little trip edge, so that's going to be fun. Taking that up and gently resetting it. It's just a shame, it's a nice idea in here, but just again, kind of, not the greatest craftsmanship. So again, what I call crosshairs, intersections, not proper technique. So here's the problem. You can see along the pool deck, which is stamped concrete, in the bluestone here, and this whole area to the drain is all sunken. You can see up against the house, the white trim board. It's all sunk. A good inch. You can see the pool. So this all has to come up, I would say, from, you know, this corner here kind of over to see, you know, that piece, this piece, and then over all this area. When they explained to me how it was installed, you know, it was undermined, and they put a bunch of crushed stone, which is great, but I think before they laid the bluestone, they didn't put any sort of barrier fabric, a filter fabric, you know, some sort of geotextile fabric that's not going to allow stone dust or the setting bed sand to wash out through the crushed stone. And that's, I think, going to be what the issue is. So we're going to take a look at that and repair. One of the other issues over here, we're gonna, you know, take up these brick and put some planting beds, you know, to soften some of this up. You know, I'm not quite sure about the brick edging up against there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on at this site. Again, we did not install any of this. You know, not the greatest little wall there, but, and this planting bed, they are considering having the patio, the Stampcrete, extended out this way to have some more room for lawn chairs and such. So I'm gonna look at that and just get an idea of what the cost would be to have somebody come out and extend it. I don't do stamped concrete, but you know, that would be a project with sub out anyways. I don't like doing Stampcrete and colored just because no two batches are ever really kind of the same. I actually think on this patio up here, I noticed it looks like it was two color changes, but maybe not. But so we'll probably sub that out if the homeowner does want to have the pool deck extended. And then this bed needs to be planted after that. So with jobs like this, you can't really put a number to it. You could rack your brain for hours, and, you know, we're right on the water, you know. I'm not saying you know, clients have endless pocketbooks, but, you know, it comes a point where it's a time and material job, and that's what it is. I cannot say with certainty how long this is going to take, how many guys, what we're going to get into. I don't have X-ray vision, so you can't tell. So on jobs like this, you tell the customer up front that it's going to be a time and materials project, and go from there. You don't want to ever bid a job like this and then run into problems and then have to tell the customer after the fact that, hey, I'm sorry, it ran over. You just don't want to do that. So be upfront, know these type of jobs and these type of situations, that it's a time and materials, and that way you're covered. You're not gonna, you know, regret later on, you know, when you're stressed out and biting your fingertips off that, oh my God, I'm not making any money on this. Well, I opened up a can of worms. Recognize these jobs and with confidence, tell these people it's time and materials. And if they don't want to deal with that, if they want a rough idea, just make sure it's in writing. Give them I'll give you up to 3 days, and this is what it's going to be, and then go from there. But make sure it's in writing so that you're not on the hook for it after. So that's my advice on these type of jobs. I just wanted to show you guys on some of these projects that you can't always put a number to something. You're safer to know in your professional opinion. I don't know what that's going to take, and I don't want to guess. My time is worth money, and my time is valuable. So looking at this, it's going to be a time and materials job. It's not as easy as you think. When we take up all that bluestone, we might have to excavate whatever's there. There could be a bigger problem than we anticipate with the drain, and who knows what's going on. I just don't know. So until I start taking it up and looking at it, we just don't know. I have a feeling that it's going to take a little time. So I have a couple. It might just be me and a guy. It might just be myself working on this, and call in the guys when I need some wheelbarrows lumped or whatever, access, because you have that small gate there, and that's about it to get materials over. You want to be aware of your finished work here, and not damaging anything. So it's kind of a shame. The setup here shouldn't have ever really, you kind of have some fixed points. I'm assuming you can only go to so many places. So the drain over there it helps the water coming down this way. Maybe a different solution would have been have a in between the concrete and the bluestone, a trench French drain, more capacity. Maybe they didn't like that look. I don't know what the situation was over here. I didn't install it, so ideally we like to get water away from the house and things like that. So I don't know why with the grade here what happened, but ideally we like to try to get things out towards the driveway and out this way. Right now I can tell everything is just running towards the house and over that way. So and even digging this out here along the house and filling that with an amount of crushed stone and a perf pipe just to take some of the water that could be washing out underneath the house. I don't know what's up against there, so we're going to look at that and see if that's helped some of the water situation going that direction. Get a heavy rain, all the water coming down in this area, all contributes. So fix the medallion. That shouldn't be too hard, except for the fact that you can't bend stone, and all the pieces around this that could be low in this corner. This stone, the stones around it might not be laid perfect. So we'll do our best to fix it. Go from there. Like I said, it might just be the stone here actually needs to be lifted up. It looks like it's good all around those edges there. It looks like this stone here possibly needs to be reset. So that's actually from looking at it and feeling with my foot, this stone here looks like it's kind of low. So, and these stones here might need to be readjusted a little bit. So we'll see. It's not just taking up the medallion and trying to relay it. It's actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5. Yeah, it's more than you think. So that's the other reason why you do this stuff on a time and materials job. So, all right, guys. Hope you learned something about pricing out certain jobs and knowing what to look for when you come out to estimate one of these. All right, I'll check back in on this project when we start taking it up and seeing what's wrong. As I'm walking, I see another low stone, this 1x1 here, nice little trip edge right there, so that needs to be fixed. So I'll check in with you guys when we start tearing this project apart. Alrighty, hope you learned something. Have a good one.